Welcome back to our Top Jobs podcast series, which are exploring the just transition process as it is taking place and impacting Europe's coal mining and industrial regions. Today we're sitting down for an informative chat with Yerney Lipar, who is the program director of the PONI Zasavie initiative, which has the ambitious mission to accelerate the creation of entrepreneurs right here in Zasavie through laser-focused courses. Yerney is also one of the mentors at the program, providing his valuable expertise to the wannabe local entrepreneurs so they can turn their ideas into tangible products and services. Yerney has a rich professional background in the fields of comprehensive business consulting, business process management, entrepreneurship, project activities, EU funding and project preparation, tourism, marketing, education, so many things. Hello Yerney, nice to have you here with us.
Yes, nice to be here.
Alright, first can you explain what's behind the name PONI for our listeners? Like, what is this abbreviation?
Yeah, so it's a short acronym that is hard to translate in English in the right sentence. So in Slovenia it's like podjetno nazive. In English it would say it's like business after opportunities. So it's
so it makes sense in Slovenian, yeah?
Yeah, in Slovenian it makes more sense than maybe in English. So basically what it is, it's a modern approach how to learn and how to bring the entrepreneurship in our region, and not just in our region, but in Slovenia to the next level, and how to boost this economical part of making or starting new companies. The biggest difference in regard PONI to all the other projects that are in Slovenia, and not just in Slovenia. We made the research and we found out that in a wider area of Europe, the biggest difference with PONI project is that it's the only project where the person that they get involved don't have to pay, but they get paid. So the person that are included in the project, they get employed for the period of 4 months, and they basically get paid 4 salaries just to do their research, to do the development of their business idea, and so that in the end they can start to open their business. So it's not like let's say if you're learning some languages where you have to pay it and go to the classes, and so here you get paid to do this thing.
You get paid to learn.
Exactly, and that's why also it's a good foundation that it's now lasting for more than a decade.
How long? When did this first start?
Well, it first started with the basic idea started in 2010, 2011, so it's quite a decade ago, and it started on the point where the Zasavie, so our region, faced the biggest challenges there were. You know, the mining was shutting down, the hard industry shutting down. Our unemployment rate was over 25%, so 1/4 of the population was without jobs. So it was the right time to tackle this kind of issues.
So it started about the time when the coal plants and the coal mining were closing. People were kind of feeling lost and about what to do, what to go next.
Yeah, exactly.
It's now. Can you tell us, give us an overview of the goals of the PONI Zasavie initiative, or program maybe, I should call it, and how it aligns with the broader EU objectives for achieving just transition?
So the main goal, of course, of the PONI project initiative is generating new businesses, and in that regard also boosting the generation of new jobs. So that's the main idea of the PONI. So we want to bring this entrepreneurship closer to each and every person so that he can start this company, because in our region before this entrepreneurship was not so developed as maybe in other parts of Slovenia.
Right.
So in that way it's very corresponding with the just transition, when we just want to do that because of so many laws that was jobs that was lost during the close off of this mining industry.
Mm-hmm. And okay, so in what specific ways is the PONI Zasavie addressing the economic challenges faced by the local coal region? Is there an entrepreneurial tradition and legacy in a region that has become synonymous with coal mining and energy production for nearly 2 centuries now?
Well, there is no, let's say, a tradition of entrepreneurship in our region, because we're the smallest region until, let's say, so there are different years, but if we take 2010, it is like a milestone for us, for our region. We are the smallest region, and entrepreneurship in our region was not developed. Mm-hmm. Basically, there are 5 to 10 medium, or let's say there were big companies, and most of us were employed in that companies. Mm-hmm. So when 5 companies shut down, included with the mining industry, that was the biggest employer in our region. To that time, the concept was lost, so we had to bring that back to new meaning. So in that regard, at the regional development agency, we thought how to face these problems, because it's our field. We are doing the regional plans. Yeah. So when we come with this idea, we first ask the local population, so the local institutions, what they need now. So we know that at that point there was a huge unemployment rate, but on the other hand, the employers needed the jobs that they weren't there. So we had to find some solution in that part. So the beginning of the PONI, it was not the PONI. Before it was a PVCP, like enter in the world of entrepreneurship. Right. It was the first pilot action program when we also boost the jobs. So we didn't just make new entrepreneurs, but we talked to different companies what exactly kind of skills they need. So we educated the included population on that field, so we boosted the jobs to them. So we brought the persons to the companies. Mm-hmm. So that's how we first started this initiative.
So it was more about boosting the employment of companies that needed specific workers, exactly, rather than helping workers start their own.
Exactly.
And when did you turn into the second phase?
So the second phase then turned approximately 2020. So if we take now a bit of statistic numbers, so in 2010 the unemployment rate was approximately 26-27%. Mm-hmm. 2020 the unemployment rate was approximately 6-7%, and now the unemployment rate is approximately 3.5-3.6%. So it's a huge drop. And before, with the beginning of the PONI, we targeted the mining persons that were working there. They were unemployed and they were low skilled persons. Right. So we started with the high skilled, then the low skilled, just to make them easier to get the job. Now in the twist was approximately 2020, when there was a big need for the entrepreneurs, because a lot of the companies, they didn't want to have additional jobs, but they wanted to have some subcontractors. Mm-hmm. So in that way we changed then the dynamic of the project. And also the same thing happened in the whole Slovenia, because in Slovenia now it's like approximately 4% unemployment, plus minus some percent.
So now you have the same unemployment rate as the rest of the country.
Exactly.
Help me understand. So in those difficult years over the past decade, when there was a high unemployment, and initially you were helping find jobs for the people, was it like with companies that were even located just outside of the region as well, or was it?
Most of the companies were inside the region.
So it is specifically for. So which companies remained like open and that were needing?
Of course the Steklarna, so the glass factory, the biggest company. Then the Devesoft, so our high technology company.
And this was already kind of a new the new type of businesses.
Exactly. So they already had the mindset done that they're high technology focused. So when they started, there was like 5-7 persons. Now they're almost 200 and something more just in the region. So then additional, I don't know, to 100 around the Europe and around the world. So with such companies that were in development, that were like, we say, the gazelles, the big pushers of the development, with such companies, we did an agreement and we work with them, basically.
Yeah, as I understand here, so the problem is not so much unemployment anymore in this region. It's, from what I've read and spoken to other people, it's that many people are employed, but many are also employed outside of the region. They have to commute every day to Ljubljana. Usually they travel, it takes up a lot of time. So would you say that the goal maybe now is to develop kind of a more, so they could stay in employment, but so they can convert this into being employed locally? Right here in the region, so they can actually keep their jobs close to their homes and rather cut all this commuting. Is that also part of the goal of the program?
It's not directly a part of the goal, but it is a part of the life of the project. So it is true, like I said, the majority of our working class population is still going to Ljubljana, to Maribor, outside. We are still outgoing in a working way, but the difference is that with this X and Y class of young people, they are not seeing themselves now anymore as a part of going to work from 7 to 3. So they need some freedom, they need some inspiration in that part. And before, most of us heard from our parents, go to the company, the big company is there, they will take care of you, you go to work, and that's it. Yeah. But with this, the different generations now with persons, they're thinking differently. And for them, there is this entrepreneurship is the best thing for them to become the entrepreneur. You're the boss of your life. Right. So it's easier for them to plan, to do things, and also it's easier because of most of our young entrepreneurs that come out of the program, they're still doing for Ljubljana, for the other some things, but they're doing them on their own terms. So in that regard, it is.
Okay, that's great. And what types of skills development are you implementing basically under the PONI program? And also how are they tailored to meet the needs of a workforce living in a transition region? So to say in one word, so all the skills that entrepreneur must know. So that's the basic line, but under the skills, these are different. I mean, from marketing, from development, from communication, from finance, everything that a young entrepreneur must need. But on the other part, also some skills that for the life you need. Life skills.
Yes. Yes. So we most of them, maybe say to a funny example. In regard to finance, and most of our included persons, they say, now I know why the bank needed this and this, and others say, okay, now I know why I'm spending money there and I don't need it. So they can make their life calculation easier. Right. But it's also a part of this project.
And the program itself, walk me through it. How long does it take? Like, let's say I'm a young person who wants to sign up for this. Like, how long is the program? How long does it take? What part of my day do I have to dedicate? I know already I'm getting paid for it just to attend it. I believe you said 4 months. Exactly. Right? But like, what is it the day to day? How many different subjects or courses do I have to go through? Do you have exams, projects, assignments, these kind of things?
Well. So you're employed for the period of 4 months. So we during our PONI Zasavie project, we intend to have 10 groups, altogether 106 persons included in that. Usually during the period of 4 months, you basically go to work from 7 to 3, so 40 hours a week. But as an entrepreneur, you never stop working, or you're always working, or you're never working. Depends how the situation is. Basically, the program is aligned in a part that in the beginning, for the first 2 months, you're basically doing the educational thing. So we have approximately 21 must-know programs, learning programs, and then a variety of other programs that are basically in regard to their business idea. The business idea is the whole point how we want to start. After the second month, we then start to push them to find out what the market is telling to them, to their idea. We are starting them to make the prototypes of the service, of the product, how we should look for the end customers. And in the fourth month, then most of them are already starting to make their companies. So they're still employed, but they already opened the company so that they get the touch, the touch of the person to see how it is when you're on the market.
When you're like
so
an actor,
yes,
on
exactly.
the market. I see, and so itself, they should have a business idea of their own, like already before starting the course, or they can develop on as they go the first 2 months at least. They have
the main point to enter in the program is to have a business idea. So we don't. Yes, it's a requirement. But we don't exclude anyone. Right. So everyone can be involved in the project. Doesn't matter what age, what gender, what everything is, but he needs a business idea. Then the let's say the commission of different entrepreneurs, we look in each idea if it can be brought to life.
Right. Okay.
So they come with the idea, but let's say in 20% we see that the idea is not maybe right, or the idea is not okay to get a living out of it, so to become the entrepreneur with that idea. So we then see what hobbies, what skill the person has, and on the other part, what the market need is, and we try to give him a push in that direction if he wants to make a new idea and to develop then this idea to go to the market.
Sometimes it can be something related, so probably to his original idea.
Yes, exactly.
And so after you've already completed, I think there were like 2 cycles of PONI programs that have been completed with participants and graduates, I should say. So what types of business ideas have emerged in those 2 cycles? Would you say, what are the most common business ideas that people have in Zasavie?
Yeah, there's really a variety of different ideas, and almost each person has different ideas. So, and even if some persons from different groups have the same idea, the needed time, the needed skill, the needed education with them is different. So, but usually most of the ideas are first in line the ideas that the local, the regional population would need. So that, I mean, with the hairdressers, the massage services, with such skills, the services that usually all the population needs. The other one then is based a bit more, let's say, technological ideas. That's with the 3D printing, with the ecology, so new eco cosmetics, new eco glows and such. Now we are doing in this group with the eco packaging, so with the ecologic packaging for fruits for bread, so that you don't use any more plastic, but with honey, everything made. So it's really totally ecological. Even wood houses we are trying. So really, basically, there's construction working. So the variety of ideas is quite big. For the young children, there's a lot of idea. For the pets, of course, big market. For the girls, for the beauty, it's always a big market. Yeah. So it's really a big one, but in regard to all the ideas, 20% of ideas are basically the product types, the 80% of ideas are service-based types.
So, and the kind of service they can, is it like type of businesses that can be very digital and they can be done from one's home, or I guess or the ones that they also need a physical location, like a store or Do you see both types?
Yeah, I see both types, even hybrid way of both. But it's in the end, it all comes to the costs. So it's good to have own place there, but own place comes with the costs.
Yeah, it's true.
So especially in the beginning, we try to see what's their financial, let's say, status, what they can afford, and if there really is a need for maybe a physical place or not. But that is the external experts that are also very experienced entrepreneurs tell them, yeah, that's good, that's not good, maybe you don't need it, maybe your target group is different, maybe you don't. So it depends, it really depends from the idea to idea. Nowadays there are more digitized or virtual business offices than direct physical stores. Yeah,
that's true. How is the participants' success evaluated once they complete the program? Do you track them? Do you follow to see how they do in life after the 4 months of being done?
Yeah. So basically, with each participant, after the end of the training program, so after the end of the 4 months, we directly track them for 1 year. So for 1 year, he must tell us all the changes that are in regard to if he got a job or if he opened the company. If he opened the company, that's the main then goal of our project. We then put a mark of this indicator, because if he opens a company, he gets additional confirmation, additional support out of it. So one of the type of support is that if he wants to go to different national projects that are for the startups to give him some money in regard to the development, to buying new capitals, he gets additional percentage or points in regard to the choosing of that company. So you have a 10% more chance to get something out of that than the others. The other thing is that what we're still trying to do is he gets some bonuses in regard to the tax payments to each company in Slovenia must pay. And of course, he gets the boost from the program, so we try to market him, because it's a national program, it's around the Slovenia going on, so we try to boost him for the whole Slovenian market.
So you do provide additional marketing support. So
Exactly. We do, and of course, each and every external expert and external entrepreneur mentor that is working with us, he aligns that he or she will still help him after the completion of the project. So we are monitoring him then the whole time till the end of the project period 2028 that will start. But 1 year it's a directly monitoring system then.
Well, for 1 year they can count this mentorship and support.
Exactly. And also, I would just like to add, when the new incubator in Hrastnik that is should open, all these our young entrepreneurs that will have company for at least 1 year, they will get a free office in the new incubator.
Oh, really?
Yeah, first they will be free, and after some while, then especially they will pay.
For how? So for a period?
Yeah.
Oh, so the support continues even afterwards.
Exactly.
So the ones that need a physical location, they can. So this will be available in Hrastnik, which is one of the municipalities composing the region. That's amazing. Okay, let's see the next one. What are your personal views on the? Before I get into this question, from these 2 cycles that you've had completed, what has been the success rate of the startups?
Yeah. So the success rate, if we tell like a success rate, it is. In each group, at least 30%, so 3 out of 10 must. I mean, they have to choose in their own way if they want to go to building or starting a new company or not.
No.
But in regard to the project, we want to have them that at least 3 out of 10 should or must open a new company. And at least 20% out of these 3 that will open must have a company open for at least 1 year. So 1 year is a period that the company must be on the market, that I can say it's my indicator now, thumbs up. But in regard to these first 2 groups, there are approximately 80% of succession. So 4 out of each group already opened a company. 2 are on the way that I think they will also open a company maybe till the end of this year, but more likely next year. But it's still within this line of monitoring system that we can count it as a downward. So we are basically better than minimum requirements that are.
In a way, you might say you have exceeded the set parameters, right?
Exactly. We are exceeded, and then especially also with the PVCP, that is, like I said before, the entering the world of entrepreneurship. So before, during the period of 2017 and 2020, when also we had this project, we had 81 persons included. And with these 81 persons, 32 were new jobs generated, and also approximately about 20 something had, in regard of the project, got the jobs. So the success of this project was approximately 70 something like that %. So we are the best, the smallest region, and with the best percentage of goals reached around the Slovenia that part. So we are really
actually the best performing
Exactly.
region.
So we are very proud of that. Everything was
something
like,
to be. I don't know. Do you already have some startups that or from these new businesses that have been able even to to get so stable a firm that they have even employed someone else, like the founder has already employed other people? We have also such companies. Basically, you have to understand that you need that's a national, not just national point of view, but let's say a European point of view. Each startup that starts a company, for the first 1 to 3 years, it's really hard to work. So, and also just like 20% of the companies survive after the 3 years time. So, but the ones that go after the 3 years marking or the goal period, they start to develop, they start to also to employ. So we have some companies that employ the others, and that's one of the main also points when we present in the beginning to the government this idea of the program that persons will be paid to boost kind of development of businesses, that we show them in the financial view and also in the view of the employment, how it's like merges together and how it brings additional value to the market, to unemployment rate, and what we see is true. So the basic what we told them is going on, and they are seeing, and that's why I am still financing the program for almost decades and still going on. Do you actually see this turning into like the foundations of a business ecosystem here, maybe in Zasavie, like all these entrepreneurs who started studying, learning about it together in a kind of a network, and then maybe working, creating businesses that are kind of interlinked?
It is true, not just in our region, but nationally. That's true in each region that the PONI is going on. So what we see and what all of us are doing. So the young entrepreneurs that are now the senior entrepreneurs that started in the PVCP project, they are now external experts in PONI program. So they are now teaching how they develop their idea, and it's the best solution, because for all the ones that are now sitting under the table or around the table and are developing these skills, it's the best thing for them to see a person that started the same point as they today, and now they are developing and boosting their economy in a way that they are successful entrepreneurs. So
this is. And what about the people who, let's say not everyone is cut out to be a business owner, and what happens to the people who fail to start their own enterprise?
Yeah, so like I mentioned before, so it's not a must that they must open a company. So yeah, some of them, they don't open a company. They don't have to refund any finances back. But they go back to the unemployment market. But usually they don't stay there long, because what we are seeing, and that is that the problem with most of the unemployed that are now in the market, they lost their confidence in themselves. With the project, we give them their confidence in their skills, dedication back, and because of that push, that mind push, they usually get the job. So it's quite also a secondary goal. It's not a mark for us, but it's a good thing for them, so that we see them that they get the job. So it's also a good thing.
That's great. And back to success stories, can you share some positive ones that come to your mind, like one that is notable? Maybe?
Yeah. So maybe one that is directly connected, let's say, to the mining also. So we have Call Me, it's a Marietka story. She's a young entrepreneur that started doing the jewelry. But now she's incorporating the jewelry with the coal, so the main ingredients, let's say, of our region, the main source of our region, the material, and she is doing really a great jewelry out of it, and she already had many CNN response. The Miss Slovenia, the Miss European was the crown, exactly, the crown she made from them. She's incorporated in some clothes, like brochures and such things. So she's really now a national treasure going on. So that's one thing. And another thing is also some interesting ideas that came in mind that are in regard to the new hill strike. It's like a ski bicycle that's done. Yeah, exactly. So you're not just skiing and boarding around the hills, but you're basically on a bicycle with the skis. Right. So it's quite a new trend going on in that direction.
And this is in production already, this kind of ski?
Yes. Yeah? It's a production. It's a hill strike. So you can type down, you see the hill strike. Yes, exactly. Okay. It's a hill strike. A snow bike hill strike.
Yeah, snow bike. Are they produced here in the region?
Yeah, they're produced in the Catapult in Trbole. So in Trbole Catapult, like a business catapult incubator, they are helping them in a way that they can make the production going on.
Nice. How is the initiative facilitating collaboration between various stakeholders, including local businesses, the educational institutions, and the government entities? So
we are trying to include in the program everyone who can, and they're also doing that for let's say the government. Of course, there's the needs, the judgments, what has to be done. So these law requirements are the best to get someone from the government to tell them what's true, what they need in regard to how to open the companies, what skills, what education it needs. So we incorporate the government in that way, especially in regard to the DNSSH. So this new directive that everything should be green, ecological, and such things. Yeah. Then S5, the smart technology. Also, and then of course the primary are the local, the regional successful companies that their director, the top persons are involved in it. Then is the NGOs sector also involved in the let's say touchy things in regard to each business idea. The schools, of course. we have some schools here in the region, not a lot of them, but some schools are also involved in the part, especially in the field of health and care beverage, food and beverage. So yeah, we are involving everyone.
In a sense, when because you have different experts teaching these courses, yourself, you do that, so they come also from different sectors then, I guess.
Exactly.
So you have both, like from governments, from NGO, from business, from the business family.
Yes, so we are doing it in a way that for these mass 21 skills that are required, we do like a national open call, and I don't know, from 50 to 100 companies around the Slovenia, they apply, and we then look which company of them has the best skills and can be teach to the persons included, and we then choose them to educate them in that sentence.
Do they volunteer their own time?
No, they get paid. They get paid.
Okay.
Exactly. So everyone that is involved in the process gets paid. It's a standard cost type thing. So for each person included, you get such amount of cost for that and that and that. So we try to manage the cost in a way that everyone gets the best out of it.
And you said that the courses are open to everyone. That doesn't matter their educational level or socioeconomic background. That's
no, it doesn't matter.
As long as they have a ready business idea.
Exactly. The business idea is the key to everything.
Yeah, that's the key to success. And in that regard, what do you think it takes to become an entrepreneur and start your own small business in a former coal region?
Yeah, well, I wouldn't just say.
Specific to it?
Yeah, I would say a lot of work, a lot of patience, and especially luck. Luck is the key thing, that you have to be on the right time on the right place. That's the main thing. So usually we see that a lot of ideas are maybe years ahead, where the trend is not right. Others ideas are basically in line with that. So in our region, I would say that it's now this trend of changing the region. If you're doing the things in a green way, in an ecological way, because now we are transforming our region, then you're on the how should I say, the sea that's going
over the, you mean like a wave?
Yeah,
right.
On the wave with this change.
Nice. For the funding, of course, speaking of, since all this starting this wave requires some financing, how does EU funding play a role in the PONI Zasavie initiative?
Yeah, we have to say a big thanks to the EU, if I say like that. So the EU is funded, this PONI project is funded 85% from EU and 50% from the national funds. So we're funded directly from the Regional Development Fund. And of course, we are happy that the European Union sees this kind of project as a good thing, and they are making such new stories happen. Because, and that is why also maybe I did not know if I told you before. So when we started first this PVCP, the idea, the forerunner of the PONI project, during the years 2011 or more directly 2013 to 2015, out of 93,500 projects that were founded during this cohesion period of 7-11, out of 93,500 projects, the PVCP project was a top project in Slovenia, and also in 2019-20 the European Union made analysis of all projects that are given or stated or were stated, and they incorporated the PVCP idea of the project in the top 100 project of Europe.
That's amazing.
And because if maybe again talk about a few numbers, so during out of these 600 and something persons that were included, almost 220 companies, and approximately again that number of direct help with the employment came. So the success was 65%. So really brought a big numbers out of nowhere in regard to the new companies, in regard to the new employment. And now what's going on is that many European companies, because of this analysis, are knocking on the doors and asking us how to do. The last thing was from the Spain and Italy a year ago. There are some agencies knocked on our door and they wanted to ask us to get the guidance from us how to implement such a pilot idea in their companies, because they're facing the same similarities, the big unemployment rate, the decrease in the stock of mining industry and so on.
So these are regional development agencies that approached you?
Yes.
Okay, so you're becoming an international mentor. That's a European level mentor.
Not yet, but hopefully, yeah. Hopefully we'll come to that.
It seems to be happening already. And were there still any challenges, or what would you describe as the biggest challenges in implementing the PONI program along the way?
So with each change it requires to change something. So again, as PVCP, where there was boosting also the new employment rate, now there's companies. What will bring the year 2028, we'll see. Hopefully the money will still be for such projects. If not, I'm sure that we'll find a solution together with the government to make a new project, to develop this kind of project, because basically now more than 10 years the project is not the same but developed. Each year it's developed in a way. So what the time will bring, we'll see.
And looking forward towards the future, what are the next steps for the PONI Zasavie initiative, and how do you foresee its long-term impact on the Gulf region here?
So
Gulf region, should I say?
So the long impact is already done, if I can say it that way. So, and what I mean with that, so you have to imagine the persons that lost a decade ago jobs were the unemployed, or there were jobs, the mining persons without any, let's say, not real education, but guided education. So we now educated them that they can incorporate themselves in every working class, so everywhere they can incorporate. So we already did that change. For further on, depends, it really depends. So our region is now in the verge of really developing our region in a way that, let's say, 2-3 years or 5 years ago, most of other regions looked at our region in a way that we are still not green, that we are still dirty region because of the mining and everything. Now they are looking at us as a green region, a new kind of way region. The tourism industry is now starting to develop that before was not developed, with this let's say state marks like the chimneys, that is the biggest one, and so on. Such push projects are brought to the table that we are really seeing the change every day.
Hopefully this is exactly how the idea, the image, the reputation of the region will change in people's mindset, and it will become more better known, not only in Slovenia but also abroad, so people some tourism can also flow in. I think it's a very a good looking region, very nice mountains. There's a lot for people to come and see here. So Yerney, with that, thank you for sitting with us and providing this illuminating conversation. It was a pleasure talking to you, and good luck with the PONI initiative going forward.
Thank you, and thank you also for the interview. It was really good. Thanks.